Okay, I have with me Jimmy Merton, and Jim was instrumental to the development of our class.
While I was also measurer of the 14-footer class in the late 70s, early 80s, and I fought long and hard when we went to asymmetrical spinnakers to have the retractable spinnaker poles in lieu of the fixed spinnaker poles, and we eventually won that argument,
Yeah.
which is,
You were the first to do it, Jim.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I did it on a boat I took to Adelaide with Greg Stead as forward hand. And I was the only one. I built 3 boats with the retractable spinnaker poles, and there was a few other boats with asymmetrical spinnakers there. I don't know what year it was,
And
about 83.
Jim, you also you were the Merton hull, so
Yeah.
of course that was completely different to the Comet at the time.
Yeah, and I developed 14-footer hulls basically from what I'd been doing in the javelins, but gradually narrowed them off and made them fit the rules. I'd got to the stage where I had a beautiful sailing boat, which I took to San Francisco.
Yep.
And when I sailed it at San Francisco, I really got a shock because our boats were all too buoyant. They were too wide. And you couldn't sail in that rough, choppy water because it's like riding a bucking bronco. So I came back and I said, we've got to go smaller, got to go narrow. So I set about designing a boat which was super narrow. It cheated the rules a little bit, but within the rules, where I put a step chine with the midpoint measurement at the step, and consequently the hull was a lot narrower than could be built otherwise. And the step chine had the added advantage of providing extra lift from the spray. And that boat was interesting. I hated sailing it because it was so unstable when you weren't moving.
Well, it features in our photo on the wall up behind the bar.
No, that's another one.
Yeah, that's very fast.
Yeah. I built 6 of those skinny boats, and I decided, well, we can improve on that. And I built one for Tony Carr, which was an improvement on it. Did it via a computer program, analysed all the resistance at different water levels, and got a 10% reduction in resistance. So we built that, and when Tony got his act together eventually and had that big guy up front,
Ian Furlong.
it went like a rocket.
Yeah,
And it was a top boat for many years.
Yeah.
I think it's still pretty competitive now, 20 odd years later.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agree with that.
Yeah. So I had a lot of fond memories. San Francisco was the highlight of my sailing. And we sailed in the teams racing there, and then we sailed in the marathon race. We won the marathon race. And then we sailed in the individual world championships with 112 boats, which was a fantastic fleet. And our highest placing was 6th, but overall I won the Veterans Prize, which was
That's right.
for the highest place over 45.
Yep.